Hi, this is Blake.
Hi, this is Cameron. We welcome you to yet another episode of TrustTalks. Ever get that feeling? You know that feeling like maybe it's time for a change? Like you like your doctor, nothing wrong, but maybe you need a fresh perspective.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It happens in business too.
Really?
A lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes.
Right. And today, we're talking about exactly that, switching audit firms. It's a big decision for a business, not something you do every day.
Definitely not a small thing.
Hmm.
And to help us unpack this whole process, we're digging into some insights from TrustCloud. They're all about something called trust assurance.
Trust assurance. Okay, so not just your typical audit checklist stuff.
It's a different way of thinking about it. See, traditionally, you've got governance, risk, compliance, all that. GRC for short. Usually companies see that as, the cost of doing business.
Keep the lawyers happy, keep the lights on, right?
Exactly. But TrustCloud, they're turning that on its head. They're saying, look, security and compliance, that's not just a cost. It can actually make you money.
Hold on. So, instead of being an expense, doing all this compliance stuff, TrustCloud is saying it's a way to actually generate profit.
That's the idea. It's about building trust with everyone you work with, your customers, your investors, your employees even. When people trust you, they're more likely to do business with you.
Makes sense. Word of mouth is powerful.
Exactly. Trust is good for business, basically.
Okay, so we're talking about switching audit firms. Why would a company even want to do that in the first place? It's not like changing your brand of coffee.
It's definitely a bigger decision than that. But think about it. Maybe you're not getting that personalized attention from your current auditor. Or maybe they're just not experts in your specific industry.
Or maybe they're just not seeing the full picture, like missing out on opportunities to help your business grow.
TrustCloud makes a big deal about that. A fresh perspective can uncover those hidden risks, sure. But it can also find those hidden opportunities. Sometimes you need that outside view to really see clearly.
It's true. Sometimes you get so used to doing things a certain way, you don't see what's right in front of you.
Exactly. You're stuck in the weeds. A fresh set of eyes can be like, hey, why aren't you doing this? And it's like, oh yeah, why aren't we doing that?
So you're hearing this and you're thinking, yeah, a fresh perspective, maybe that's what I need. But hold on a sec. Before you go firing off emails to every accounting firm under the sun.
Right. You don't want to jump the gun.
TrustCloud. They've got this great checklist, actually. Things to think about before you even start looking for a new auditor. They call it a gut check.
Love that. Because enthusiasm is important, sure. But you want to be making this decision for the right reasons.
Absolutely. And their first big point is communication. They're really big on talking to your current auditor.
Makes sense, right? Sometimes the things that are bugging you, maybe your auditor doesn't even know about them.
Oh, 100%. They're not mind readers.
Exactly. Maybe it's just a communication breakdown. Could be an easy fix.
So you've had that conversation, you've given it a shot, but it's just not working out. The next thing TrustCloud talks about is expertise. Finding an auditor who really gets your business.
100%. You don't want just any accountant. You want someone who understands your industry, the ins and outs, the specific challenges you face.
Right, you wouldn't go to a foot doctor for a heart problem.
Exactly. Expertise matters. And that's where those RFPs come in.
RFPs. For those who haven't been through this process, break that down for us.
Yeah, so RFP, that stands for Request for Proposal. Basically, you're putting together a document, right, outlining everything you need from an auditor, what kind of services, what your industry is, all that. Then you send it out to different firms, see who bids on it.
It's like online dating, but for auditors.
There you go. And just like dating, those initial conversations, really important. You're getting a feel for their personality, their experience. Do they really get your business?
Speaking of getting real, let's talk costs. 'Cause TrustCloud doesn't sugarcoat it. Switching firms, it ain't free.
Definitely not. There's the time it takes to transfer all your records, get the new firm up to speed. And of course, the fees themselves, those can vary.
Right, because maybe you save a few bucks on the fees, but if the new auditor's a bad fit, that's not a win.
Not at all. It's about finding the right balance, expertise, and value. And hey, while we're talking important considerations, those pesky regulations, we can't forget about those.
Oh, yeah, those are always lurking in the background, aren't they?
Auditor independence, partner rotation, all those rules are there for a reason. TrustCloud reminds us to make sure whatever firm you choose, they're playing by the rules.
Okay, so you've done your homework, you've checked all the boxes, and you're ready to pull the trigger. You've picked your new firm. What happens next?
Okay, so the papers are signed, new firm's all set, you can relax.
Yeah.
Right?
Not so fast. Even when you've done everything right, Switching firms? Well, there can be speed bumps.
Let's talk about those. What are some things that might take people by surprise? One of the big ones, and TrustCloud, they really highlight this, is knowledge transfer. Your old auditor, they knew your business, warts and all. New firms got to get up to speed.
Right, like learning a whole new system takes time.
Exactly. TrustCloud actually recommends, be proactive. Put together a need to know for the new auditor, especially anything unusual about your business, things that might trip them up.
So don't assume they'll just figure it out on their own. Give them a head start.
Exactly. And that ties into another challenge, disruptions. Switching auditors mid-year. TrustCloud compares it to like changing a tire on a moving car.
Okay, yeah, that's a little more intense than swapping out your coffee order.
Right. So having a plan, a transition plan, that's key. Who's doing what, when, how's everyone communicating, smooths things out.
Minimizes the chaos. Got it. Anything else people should watch out for?
Last thing, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, new issues popping up.
Oh, how do you mean?
Well, a fresh perspective. It's great for finding those hidden opportunities, but sometimes those fresh eyes, they spot issues that maybe the old auditor just missed or overlooked.
Like when you buy a used car and that weird noise the seller said was character.
Exactly. Doesn't mean it's a bad car or bad business in this case, but got to be prepared to address those issues.
So it's all about managing expectations. Switching auditors, it's not a magic wand.
Right. But TrustCloud's point is it can be a really positive move for a business long term.
So it's about taking that long view.
100%. More independence, potentially a better quality audit. You sleep better at night knowing your compliance is tight.
Weighing those benefits against, like we said, those potential bumps in the road.
Exactly. But if you're feeling like it might be time for a change,
do your homework. Talk to your current auditor. Explore your options. It's like any important business decision, right? Don't rush it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And find an auditor who you trust, who gets you. Someone who's going to be a true partner. That's what trust assurance is all about, really.
That's such a good point to end on, finding that trust. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.